Heidi ho, everybody. What's up? I haven't even touched it. Well, that's too high. Jeez. How's everybody doing today? Still too high, isn't it? Well, when all else fails, do that. We do that. Okay. That's it. Hey, Kyle, how you doing, buddy? I think I said my highs to everybody. I think. Looks like it. Yep. I got my co-host down in the basement. Well, where'd he go? There he is.
I am. Good morning, everybody.
Well, I got a clean mailbox because I didn't get anything. Of course, I wasn't home to order anything. As I think a lot of you realize, my other hobby took precedence last week with the Central Florida Koi Show. And I was co-chair of that and extremely busy putting that all together. Those are my Facebook friends. Probably saw some a couple of pictures anyway of the tent and all the tanks and so forth. And with those tanks, you got to have air and electric and everything else. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what I was busy doing. My video is fuzzy? Huh. Fuzzy
Looks
and
good on my end.
Looks good on your end, John. Is anybody else having that problem? Huh. Nothing different about my video. I'm hardwired with max speed fiber optics, so it should not be a problem video wise. Looks good on Wiggy's in 3-dub. Must be you, Lynn. Must be you, Lynn. Everybody else says it's okay.
And Lynn, can you hear me better now?
So, all right. Well, I didn't get anything done. This week I've been recuperating from last week. So, I have not. I've done a couple little problem solving, minor thing, track adjustment. And, I had to do an adjustment to one of the motormen. Everything else has been fine. I've just been running trains at least once a day, and for half an hour or an hour, just because that's what we build these things for, right? So we can run our trains.
Yes.
John's good all around. That's good.
Well, nice.
My glasses look fogged up. Well, that's because they are 5 years old and scratched the hell out. I can barely see out of them. So, yeah, I got to go to the optometrist and get that taken care of. So.
Good morning, Vinny.
Hey, cuz. I was so out of it this week, not knowing what day was what. I kept trying to find Cuz's live stream last night. I'm going, what the hell? Is he not doing a live stream again? Then I finally realized, duh, it's not Friday.
And it's not like I haven't done that before also.
Yeah, and if I didn't feel stupid enough then, I do now for telling everybody, right?
Well,
Hey, hi, how you doing?
I think it's our age, Steve. I think
I
that
agree.
has to do with it.
Could be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Uh, I didn't get much done this week on my road either. I've been working outside trying to clear some more of my woods in the back, and
For the garden railway, right?
that land's all cleared and ready for that. It, yeah, that's after I do this one in here, and yeah, just been busy. I did have a mail call for you.
Oh, good.
It's not much of one, and I've already unpacked it, put it together, and started using it. But
All right, well, that's fine.
uh,
That's fine. What'd you get? What'd you get? What'd you get?
these I got one more of these clear racks for my
Oh,
paints.
for those are nail polish stands, right?
Uh, they call them craft paint stands, but yeah,
Oh,
nail
okay.
polish will fit in that too. But the cheapo paints fit in there good. Um, and this is my third one I have. I have so many paints. Um, but it was something my wife had found on eBay, and of course she bought me two, and then I quickly filled up two, so then I needed a third. So,
Ah,
and I've got other paint racks too for some of my other size of paint containers. Now I just got to get busy and use them.
yeah. Centric questions, huh?
Vinny, yes, I'm still good for tonight. So those that have to watch me now will have to watch me later.
Yeah, but Vinny will put you on the hot seat. Hey, JV, how you doing?
So,
I tell you what, my channel really took off when Lee first had me on one of his live streams, and then the same week Vinny had me on his live stream. And I mean, I went from like 60 subs to 125 or something like that within a week. So
yeah, of course I don't have one, but
yeah, I'm sorry to read about Dwight's pup. So
yeah.
I actually signed on to his live stream, but I was half asleep this morning, and then I was fully asleep this morning, so he probably didn't even know I was there.
Yeah. It's yesterday was beautiful here. I mean, in the high 60s, low 70s, nice cool breeze, and it was good to get out there and do some work in the back.
Hey, Ray Ron.
Today it's rainy and 59.
Wow. Hey, Ray Ron, you're in Texas. Based upon what I see on your channel all the time. Just so you know, my wife was born and raised in San Antonio, and that's where we met right after I got out of college and started working down there. And we've lived in San Antonio, Converse actually, and then 10 years up in Oklahoma before coming back to Texas in just south of Dallas, Fort Worth, and Mansfield. So, what did JB say?
Said several things.
Oh, okay. JB lost a dog too in the last month. Wow. I mean, I'd be gutted if I lost Penny. Yeah, Converse. I was actually a planning and zoning commissioner there in the late 80s on, what the hell is the name of the street we lived on? Where the big water tower is on the, what would that be, northwest side of town, north side of town. Just below that, shoot, I can't remember the name of the street right on. Well, there you go, Ray Ryan. Yeah. Cool. Small world.
Hmm.
I don't have any mail calls. That's why I had a empty mailbox as the picture. I do have something on order, nothing special, but it won't arrive until later today sometime. So,
Yeah, and I still haven't gotten on Microengineering's site or called them and ordered the rest of the turnouts I need to finish my yard. But yet, I don't have the board set up yet, so it's not like I really need to do that. I did, however,
oh,
set out most of my buildings for the industry and the roundhouse area, and went out and bought a few more buildings, but I already showed them. I
yeah,
haven't
yeah,
started on them yet, but
yeah. Ray Ryan, you know where the big HEB distribution center is? I didn't work there, but I worked at a different food distribution center just down Industry Park from there,
yeah.
off of Rittiman. Just take Rittiman and cut around through Kirby to get over to I-10. Well, Joel, I feel sorry for you. Wichita Falls.
Vinny, yeah, Microengineering's still in business. What they did was they sold to some new owners. I know that Ken Patterson had them on his live stream, a couple, 3 months ago, and how they were uh, trying to ramp back up and get some product out. Unless something's happened in the last few months.
No, they're okay. I keep seeing stuff on them. So,
Yeah. I know
hey, Randall.
I've heard other people ordering from him. But I got like half of what I need to do my yard, so and I don't have enough of any one of the type of turnouts, so it's like I have to order to really do anything with them. They do save a lot of space in a yard. That's what I.
Everybody that I've known that has tried that yard ladder has had issues with it. So, good luck.
Well, hopefully, I'll do okay with it.
I mean, it looks good. If it works, it is good. It's one of those situations.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. I know I put a lot of money into what I've got so far, so hopefully, spending the additional money will be worth it. If it's not, oh well, we learn from our mistakes.
Yeah. I got a Pico switch I have to replace because the rail came out. And I got to find it. I think it went in the back. Oh. It's on the drop down section, John. Going into one of the staging tracks.
Yeah.
Short piece, about like that. Came off, and it come off before, and I had super glued it back in place, so worked fine. But now I'm gonna have to replace the whole switch. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I've haven't had too many issues with the Atlas switches. Of course, they haven't been operated that much, but they appear to be working fine, even without the the jumper wire to the frog there, I've got my shortest engine going over them, and they have no problems.
Well, that's good. Well, cool, JB. Absolutely. You know, priorities there too.
Yeah, my model railroad club is almost got everything tore down.
Already? Boy, they're working hard.
Yeah. Well, we have to be out by April 1st, so
Yeah.
um, that's not a lot of days until then.
Where are they putting it all?
We've found a storage facility to store it in that's climate controlled,
Oh, okay.
and then we've already got a moving company online to uh, take out the larger pieces and take them over and drop them off at the storage facility.
Must be nice to have that kind of treasury to be able to afford to do that.
We had 60 some grand in the bank, so
Wow.
um, it was nice because we only went by donations, so it's not like we charged entry fee, but we were averaging buck to $1.50 a person when come in, so it did well. I don't. They're talking about being able to use the freight section of the train station in downtown Crossville.
That'd be good.
Yeah, the ticket area has a gift shop in it, and then the baggage area is all finished on the inside. It has electricity. It's air conditioned, so it would
Well,
be
that'd be a heck of a
good.
draw for the gift shop.
Yes, but the problem is it's about half of the size we had in the mall.
Well, it's better
So
enough.
that's true, and the um, rent is zero. We just
That's
had
even better yet.
Yeah, we just have to pay our own utilities, and
Now, was your layout single deck?
uh, it- well, it was single deck but multi layers of the single deck, no helixes or anything. Um,
Well, put a helix in.
yeah, well, and we talked about maybe the G scale and the O scales. Maybe we wouldn't put them in, um,
I'm sure
because of course
the
they take
members
up.
that I'm sure the members that model those scales were not happy to hear that.
Well, yeah, but there wasn't a lot of them. The primary, scales are HO and N gauge. Um,
Uh,
they have the most members. Even the G gauge people, they do HO also. Plus, the husband is now starting an HON 30 layout, so he's going to be adding in some things in his house now. Nothing about having an HON 30 in the train club, but so he doesn't mind switching scales. I myself, I've got too much in the HO G gauge to add a third scale.
I'd turn your trains on, so if it gets loud, let me know.
Uh, so yeah, I'm anxious to get doing more on this. It's just there's so many things to take care of when you have to do your wife's work now. Um, then you never realize how much work they actually do until you have to do it yourself.
Right.
Plus, I still got my father-in-law to take care of, and him down to Cookville this morning for some blood work. Of course, I had to rush to get back. Yeah, JB, that's basically what happened to us. The mall that we were in decided that they were going to use that as mini storage areas. We're going to try to stay to use a club. Um, yeah, there are some good areas that we're looking at. And my friend Howard, that used to work down in Zetniks in Nellis Park, Florida, he had moved up here, and his train club over in Johnson City is also closing down for the exact same reason. They lost their lease for the building. So I don't know if that's a growing trend. I hope not, because a lot of the larger train clubs are in some kind of mall or some kind of retail area. Now I know Suncoast over in Pinellas Park, theirs is in a mini storage area,
All right,
and
Kyle, be safe.
and I don't know how long their lease is, but boy, if they would have to move, I don't know how they would do it. They've got a very big layout.
Okay, baby, be safe. See you tonight. I've never been a member of a
Yeah, we're both breaking up,
model railroad
Steve.
club.
Yeah. Well, Steve, what do you have planned next, or what you're going to work on?
I start a new series on building Chicago. The first part will be out on Tuesday. It's all shot. I'm still editing. And Mystic John will love it. I'll say that right on the front side. And um, and it's a topic you and I already talked about, John.
Okay, well, just trying to have something to talk about, Steve. You can say more without actually telling what you're doing.
Um, uh, how can I? It has to do with the Chicago background buildings behind Union Station and the post office.
Okay. Yeah, I need to. I've got some building parts here that I need to start painting. Once I'll do what you've asked. I'll paint them up and get them weathered, and then scan them. So you'll have them. Now they're only 2 and 3 stories. I don't have any larger ones that I'm working on at the moment or going to be working on. But I know I've got some, like the side panels for the roundhouse. I've got several of them that I'm gonna take one of each end and uh, paint the two similar, and then do the other ones in a different manner, different colors, so they could be used as buildings within the same space or um, in separate spaces, and they'll look different. I may do some modifications to them.
Yeah, I've got um, about half of the background buildings to do on building Chicago. I still have the L platform to do. And I still have the shed, the glass shed that go over the platforms on each end to do.
Yeah.
I'm eventually going to have to get a 3D printer. I think. I I need fire hydrants, mailboxes, uh, newspaper. Newspaper boxes. You put a quarter in, lift up, and take all the newspapers. I need those. Just all the detail stuff.
Yeah, I have one. I just haven't started using it yet. I know you can get the 3D files for things like mailboxes and
You can
fire
buy. People print them. You can buy them, but hell, the shipping and handling kills you.
Well, yeah, but
It costs more than the print.
what I'm saying is though, if I ever get going with mine, I'll be glad to make them for you.
Yeah, but you still got to mail them and everything. And
Well,
mailing,
yeah, yeah.
I just need to get my own. And, only problem is trying to figure out where I'm going to put a resin printer. But I'll figure it out. Maybe that'll be my Christmas present to myself next year.
Mm-hmm. Of course, my 3D printer was one of the top of the lines when I bought it 3 years ago. Maybe 4 years ago now. So the technology has, just changed so much in that time.
Yeah.
So I may have to just get a new one when I'm ready to start doing 3D.
Is yours a filament or resin?
It's resin.
Okay.
So, it's like other things that I was thinking about making are the vents for the top of the passenger cars. I'm missing like 15 of them out of all the passenger cars I have, and I believe you were missing.
Mine are all molded on.
I thought you were missing some though.
No, they're all molded in.
Okay, well,
if they're missing, it's because Ather didn't mold them on.
okay. Well, I know that's something I have to make, but
yeah, run pretty exclusive, not exclusively, but almost exclusively Ather passenger cars because they run on anything. Right? They're shorter wheelbase than the 80. They're 72-foot car versus the 83 foots that are everybody else's. And yeah, they may not be prototypical, but again, mine's not a prototypical railroad. It's photo representative. Can you tell it's a passenger train? Can you tell it's a Zephyr? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, well, mine are a lot of those old silver side kits.
Oh, yeah.
And they got a wood base frame under them, and the sides are the stamped aluminum, and then the roofs are wood. But I found one of those one time. I had said, "Hey, this is neat. This is a nice old car." So I bought several of them online and still have yet to start working on them. I got the decals for them. I got trucks for some of them. I just haven't started doing it yet.
My North Coast Limited, which is running earlier in the week, I was running it and was having problems. It was dragging. And what happened was the B unit wasn't running right. What the hell? Because it's an ABA setup.
Mm-hmm.
And after fighting it for a while, I decided to pull the B unit off. I looked at the wheels. I said, "Oh my god!" I don't think I'd ever clean the wheels on that thing. And,
that does make a difference.
Oh yeah, hell of a difference. I cleaned it up, and I mean it's running great now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wheel maintenance, track maintenance. But, if you do, like you say, run your trains at least an hour a day, that helps to keep the track clean.
Yeah, at least the main line.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't had the drop-in section in phase 2 in since before Christmas. So I got to put that back in and start running that some more and do some operation videos as well.
Yeah, you used to run that section a lot about a year ago.
Well, I used to run it all the time until right before Christmas. I took it out because my son and daughter-in-law were coming, and I didn't want them to have to, because the only other way outside would have been ducking underneath or coming through our master bedroom in the middle of the night to take the dog out because it's blind and doesn't know about the doggy doors.
Uh-huh.
So, but, yeah.
Well, you need to put some truncated domes on the floor so the dog knows to follow the path.
Yeah, and he's here for a couple of days, a couple of times a year. He's going to remember all that, I'm sure.
Yeah, but remember...
Although he remembers Grandpa. He'll come into our bedroom and sit next to my bed until I help him up my bed. He's a big lab mix. Big fat lab mix, so it's not easy to lift him up on the bed. And then he pushes Cheryl out of the
bed. Yeah. Well, I got a picture I got to send you. I'll text it to you. It's how I sleep at night. I'm like in one little tiny section of my king-size bed, and the dogs and the cats take up the rest of it. They have their spots where they lay every night.
Yeah.
And it's all about
a couple other things I've been working on. Let's see if I can find one here. Okay. So these little pictures here I got to cut out and put on the way out. Oh, right there. That. Those are the Chicago water cribs, and there's 5 of them along out Lake Michigan along the lakeshore, a mile or 2 out, and you can see them from Lakeshore Drive. And they're the intakes for the Chicago water supply. So I am putting those out on Lake Michigan.
Yeah, I bet you they really have to clean that water good to drink it.
Yeah, I keep telling myself I'm going to make some cleaning, take some old box cars and make cleaning cars out of it. And that really hasn't worked out for me yet. I keep telling myself I'm going to do it, though. By golly. I've seen 2 ways to do it. One was Lynn's friend that lives here in town, Jason Friend, had cut out the bottom of some box cars and put a roller in there with a handy light pad wrapped around it. And so long as you're going one direction, it keeps it wound up. And that does a really good job. And another was just drill 2 holes through the bottom of a box car and have some dowels attached to a pad. Well, again, with handy wipes attached to it that clean the track. So we'll see. I'll get around to something one of these days.
Don't look now. Heath's there.
Well, I'm going to blame Heath anyway. All right. Uniform of the day. I was telling Heath via comments or whatever on this video from Tuesday night. I had best intentions of watching a lot of these 8 o'clock streams, and I'm in my recliner. I just fall asleep. Right? And then I wake up about 10 o'clock to go to bed. So anyway, I end up watching all these streams, and trust me, if you're doing stream, if I subscribe to you, I'm watching your videos, okay? Unless they're rail fanning. I'm not a big rail fanning guy, so I pass on those. But anything on the model railroad itself, yeah, I'm watching. at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So this last Tuesday, when Heath was doing his stream and asking about the why the, I can't remember whether it was the dynamic brake or the other brake, whatever, how come it only worked when the sound was on. And I'm sitting there, I'm practically yelling to myself. It's a sound function. It's a sound function. Even though it's a motor control function, it's wired through the sound side of the decoder. All right. And that's what, when you hit the mute and shut down the sound, you're shutting down that whole side, basically. And on the ESU, as Heath knows, there's no damn manual you can find anywhere. And that low programmer, you're linking one function to another function, and it just gets really complicated in a hurry. As does, I guess, a premium decoder. But again, I'm not at the level I want to model like that. You got to find the manual first, Steve, to see what it says. But that's the way the decoders work. All right. If you got a sound function decoder, and it's got a sound related to it, when you turn off the sound, everything related to that sound won't work anymore. Huh? I imagine they could change that, but just because you can't find where it says it, when it does it, you should know.
Yeah.
But it's like that, not just on Heath's thing, but when somebody has a question, they want to know this or that, and I'm going, oh, I know the answer.
That's why I still call you with questions, Steve.
Oh, that's fine. I'm always available. Oh, I talked about that B unit. Did I clean?
Was that a black tip marker you used, or?
Yeah, might as well have been. I'm telling you.
That wasn't just dirty. That was filthy.
Oh yeah, it wasn't. It was. There was chunks coming off. All right, as the wheel spinning. Boom, boom. There goes the chunk. So.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Hey, Robert, how you doing?
I've got to say my wheels are pretty clean. I do maintenance on them. However, most of them are clean. Most of mine are clean because they haven't ever been run.
Yeah. I keep mine pretty clean too. I'm still having problems. Every one of my Proto 2000 E units is giving me fits. It's not the wheels, and it's not the pickups off the wheels, because I've already checked all those. The only thing I can think of is something happened that got to those decoders. But the way I've got everything on this layout protected, I can't imagine that either. So I've got to get another decoder just to test it. Unplug it, and plug in a new decoder, and see if that fixes the problem. If it does, then I know what the problem is with all. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. No, 4 or 5. All 5 of my E units. Because none of my F units, neither of my 2 E units, that one's a Bachmann E7, and I just got my Rapido E9, which runs like a champ. With a Loke Sound programmer, by the way, that does not have that manual that he's looking for.
See all these. Whoop, that's a dog. Get down, dude. The let's see, back here. How do you do this pointing thing? There we go. These first 4 stacks of boxes are all engines. They're just sitting there in the box. I need to get them out. I need to get my layout up. At least I can set them out on the track.
You got to get something running on that peninsula.
Well, I can run back and forth on it. It's just I can only run back and forth.
That's not a whole lot of fun. You need to have where you can do switching or something.
Yeah, well, I do have some switches, and I can do some switching up there. It's just I haven't got my DCC hooked up yet. I've got wires hanging down from where I had to cut them when I took the layout down. Hopefully, I can reuse most of that. I should be able to. And when I rewire this, I'm gonna wire it to be able to take it apart. Because eventually, I hope to move out to a shed train room to have more space than what I have here. But life's funny. It changes things for you when you least expect it. We have to deal with what we have, right?
Right.
And there's a good picture of Steve's backdrop that he added above the station there. I think using that N scale is the perfect way to do it, Steve.
Yeah, it gives you a little bit of false force perspective. I mean. I got to take everything off of Chicago, and because last time I forgot to
clean the track while you were in there.
Yeah, I had it all up.
Thank you.
All right, honey, be safe. Oops. Thought I had it uncoupled. I did have it uncoupled, but I forgot to release the second A unit. Coming in hot.
As long as your bridge is there in the right place.
Yeah. How many times has it not been, John?
Well, I know of at least one.
It's been more than one, trust me.
Well, one that I've seen.
Yeah.
So.
I gotta clean out the tracks in these stalls too.
Do you have something you can reach in there with?
No, the tops come off.
Okay, well.
See?
Yeah, well, I knew the tops come off, but still, how do you get forward from where you're towards your turntable?
I just get a little pad.
I didn't know if you could reach around and go back under there or not.
I use, because sandpaper is too abrasive, as are track rubbers. So I simply use a piece of masonite.
Yeah.
All right, and
Rough side down.
yeah, rough side down. Work great. They're not abrasive to the. And if you want to polish the track, make sure the power's off and use a washer, and you can burnish the rails. But I don't do that very often. These are old tricks from the 60s and 70s.
Mm-hmm. It still works though.
It does. And then
Randall, I thought those gears would only fit in one way on this truck. And maybe next time take a picture of it before you completely disassemble it. I know I had to do that when I was working on my Athearn 282s, just because of
the steaming.
Steam engines, yeah. Just
Oh.
because this first time I was taking them apart, the drive rods on the outside have to be a quarter turn opposite of each other, so I wanted to make sure I took the picture so I knew which position they were in, because you got to take them out to replace the drive gear on the third back axle of the 8 section. The drive of the motor goes into the system. So
I haven't ever worked on a steam loco.
well, I got no. It is not one of those fun things to do. That is, but most of mine are the same. So all Athearn 282s, all 25 of them. I've got a couple IHCs, some other ones, but the majority of them are the Athearn 282s. So I know what fails on them. The drive gear fails on them, and the power takeoff for the motor, where they screw into the chassis, the solder comes off the little washer that's underneath the screw to make the connection. And I've gotten a lot of them that they say they don't run. Well, that's the first thing I check. If the motor isn't turning, it's those connections. If the motor's turning and the wheels aren't, it's the drive gear.
Yeah.
The two problems. So
even on blue boxes, the same thing. The little pin in the truck that's supposed to make that contact to the frame.
Yeah.
All right. That's always an issue. And then where the motor goes back to the frame can be screwed up as well.
But getting those screws out of those drive gears on the outside of the drive rods, it's a little difficult because they're hex head screws, but I haven't found the exact right size for them yet. I've tried both standard and metric, and none of them seem to fit exactly right.
For the drive rods? Is that what you're talking about?
The drive rods where the bolt goes.
Where they attach to the wheel?
Yes.
Yeah. The I've taken those apart to put traction tires on and off.
Yeah, that's not a fun thing to do, and I am not going to use traction tires. Of course, I have no slope on mine, so why do I need traction tires?
True. I do have plenty of slope.
Yeah, yes, you do. Yes. That back corner's tight. So, you took photos front truck. Okay, Randall. Yeah.
Well, those are different drive mechanisms, totally, aren't they, Randall? From the steam to the diesels, I would think. Now the proto drive axle diesel gears, which everybody thinks are the same as the Athearn, they're not. The axle size is actually different, and I can't remember which one, but you have to do a little reaming out. I think it's on the protos to get the Athearn gears to work on a proto. At least to get them started. But when they fit too tight like that, they're also more susceptible to cracking at a earlier stage. So.
Well, the Athearn 282s, when they were produced in 1999-2000, they had a problem with the drive gears breaking. And I've gotten some that were new in the box, had never been run, that I put on my little test track, which is right beside me. It's only 3 foot long. And I'll install the DCC unit and then run it back and forth on the test track. I've had them break on the test track. Now, I'm not going fast and I'm not going far, but they'll still break. And these are ones that have never been run before. It's just a problem that Athearn had with those gears.
Yeah.
But I found Northwest Shortline has them, so I need to buy about 20 more of them, but they're like $11.60 a piece.
Wow. No, James, no. Well, that sucks. Hopefully you don't have a bad case of it, James. On the flip side, does that mean you get to work on the railroad more? Because you can't work?
Yeah, but when
my wife and I have been fortunate. We haven't had it. So, 2 of the 3 kids have had it, and their spouses.
no one real close family-wise have had it, or my friends up here. I don't know if anybody has had it.
Our other daughter, the one that's an attorney, she's the only one in the law firm that hasn't had it.
Well, at least it should be starting to calm down now. Yeah, so
Yeah, Dwight lost his dog.
yeah.
Man, that's tough. That is tough.
Yes, it is.
When I got home Sunday night from the koi show after being gone for 5 days, my dog went absolutely batshit crazy. She went nutso, and she would not let me out of her sight for 3 days.
Yeah, my daughter's over in the Netherlands. She lives there with her new husband, and she was just in Sweden last week for 4 days, and she came back with something. It's not COVID, but it's some kind of sore throat, flu type of thing. I guess her coworker she went with was sick as they were going over there, and she must have picked it up from him. Oh, now it's pouring rain here. We've had a very
Yeah,
wet winter.
it's 76 degrees and nary a cloud in sight there, Jan. Just so you know.
Thanks, Steve.
Hey, you're the one that moved.
Hey, but I love my utility bills here. The highest
Yeah,
I've had so far is like $250.
yeah. Our uh, electrical costs are supposed to go up 47%.
Yeah, how's that in Florida, Steve?
Jeez, everything has just gone nuts out here.
Yeah,
Absolutely nuts. So, I told my wife, I said, it gets much worse. We're going to Tennessee.
yeah. My last water bill was $36.
Yeah, you don't have a sewer bill though.
No.
You're on septic. That's
Hmm.
hell. 2/3 of my water bill is the sewer bill.
Hmm.
Yeah, I spend 100 plus, 110 to 120 a month for water.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't water the yard. The garden's not in yet, so I don't have to water the garden. And
Well, it's the pond. Doing water
oh
changes on the filters, cleaning the filters is what gets me.
yeah,
So,
got to keep the fishy happy.
that's right. That's right. That's my Lake Michigan. That's the other. That's the other thing I have on order is charcoal for my water cribs for my filter in source water filters.
Yeah. So you could have a train running along the lake there.
You know, you keep saying that. You go right ahead and take 5-digit fish and turn them to uh, worth less than $1 when they get crooked spines due to electrical seepage.
uh, yeah. That's 61 in the Netherlands today. That's a heat wave.
Tell you what, my trip to the Netherlands was wonderful, absolutely gorgeous. We did have one storm one night. Um, that was pretty bad, but the rest of the time was gorgeous.
Well, when I was in Germany,
Hello, Dwight. We all send our condolences.
yes, it's tough losing an animal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your best friend.
Hmm. Like the one sitting here, I'm rubbing his head right now. He likes to sit by me while I'm on the computer. But no, when I was in Germany for 2 years, boy, we had like 3 weeks of summer, and that was it. The rest of the time, I was cold. Now, I guess it was because I came from Florida, and remember October 28th, my birthday one year, I was sitting on top of an APC doing border guard for gunnery, and the snow was coming down sideways. I'm thinking, what am I doing here? This is
Yeah,
cold.
I got it.
Well, I think both you and I, Steve, need to order more stuff. Typing away. Anthony, how are you today?
All right. Well, this kind of been a short stream with no real big mail calls or anything. Peachy keen and ducky fine. All right, Anthony.
Yeah. I'll try to get some stuff ordered before next week. Maybe I'll get it in. I know there are a few things I need to order that I can't get around here.
Dwight, I did pop into your live stream. I just didn't say anything because I was still half asleep and trying to make coffee and so forth. So, condolences for sure. Well, guys, we're going to wrap this thing up. Again, don't have much going on, but I will say tune in Tuesday for the start of a new sub-series within Building Chicago. Like I said, Mystic John should love it. Excuse me. And something a little bit different. And I'm trying some things out that I haven't done before. And we'll see how they work out. So, guys, I want to thank you for joining John and I here at the Retirement Railroad. And Friday Live and Mail Call with an empty mailbox.
So, I had something.
Yeah. So,
not much, but something.
Man,
Yeah.
Hey, every little thing helps. The thing I'm waiting on right now is more minor than that. It's just something I had to get. And yes, it's mild railroad related. Actually, I have two things on order. One is activated carbon for the filters on the koi pond, which I'll explain away as filters for the Chicago water cribs on Lake Michigan. Yeah, right. That's a big stretch, guys. But then I do have something else minor supply item I needed. So. Everybody remember 3:30 is Anthony Dodge. All right. And now with the time change, Anthony, I don't have to we don't walk the dog during the live stream. We wait till 6 o'clock now instead of 4 o'clock. So anyway, I should be at the live stream today, providing my nappy doesn't run long. Okay, I gotta have a rant. Before we sign off, I do have a rant. Okay, certain people know that I take a nap in the afternoons. Usually anywhere from 1:30, 2:30. I'll kick the recliner back, turn the TV on, and I am out. Right up until the point the phone rings, and guess who it is? John.
Well, I didn't think you were going to pick up. I thought you'd take a message. That's your fault for answering.
No, it's your fault for calling. You don't call somebody if you don't expect them to answer. Come on.
Well,
it's kind of like somebody. Here, I'll just carry on with my rant.
Go ahead.
It's like people that know you're driving somewhere, and what do? They text you. Okay. I had to run to the Orlando airport, pick up one of the judges, and I'm out in the cell phone lot. And here's another rant. You go to the cell phone lot, the North Cell lot in I got somebody else trying to text me. Anyway, you go to the North Cell lot in Orlando, and you sit there waiting for somebody to call you. You're going to wait a while if you have T-Mobile because you don't have any bars. How can you have a cell lot with no bars? Okay. Anyway, that's probably why the entrance to the Orlando airport, everybody just parks on the shoulder until the cops come and shag them away. Anyway, those are my rants. No. No, if you need to talk to somebody, you call them. If they're driving, they're not supposed to be looking at a text. All right. Oh. Anyway, those are my rants. Yeah. Calm blue ocean. Calm blue ocean. Yeah, it's getting real close to that. It's real close to that. All right. Anyway, hey, everybody, I want to thank you. Hey. Y'all have a great afternoon and a wonderful weekend. John, later, buddy.
Take care. Bye, all.
Bye.